Hello, spider friends. We are live as we typically are because I'm lazy. Um, I've had a little time off just because I have mental health issues. I have dysthymia, which is like long-term depression, and so sometimes I go through periods where I'm just really don't want to do anything, and I can't quite bring myself to film things. I did do a live stream the other night, which was going to be like maintenance because I was going through, I still am going through an insomnia period. But then I had to stop it, and if you were tuned in at the time, you shall know why. It was because I discovered Opal was actually molting while I was doing the maintenance, like just at the end of molting, and I was like, no. So I had to sort of like stop it and sort that out, and I sort of took the video and made it private, just because I didn't feel comfortable with it. Um, so I'm going to repeat a little bit the stuff I was talking about in that live stream, which is that Olivia, my serial Christmas Purse Melisi, has molted. You can't see Olivia in this enclosure, and I shall tell you for why. Because Olivia, as you see this little shot glass, this has been like Olivia's hide for a very long time. She sort of covers it in soil, and she makes it her own. And then I got like this nice piece of chunky cockback, and where Olivia is between the shot glass and the cockback. So you cannot see her. You cannot see where she is right now, but she's very happy. Um, she had a meal. It's been a couple of weeks since she molted, so she has had a meal since then. She had like a little cricket. And I do usually do my feedings on a Monday, but I didn't this week for some reason, so I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm going to do it like after I finish this live stream. So Opal molted. Opal is my Pamphobetus SP Macala. That was the thumbnail. Her molt was the thumbnail for this video, and she's absolutely huge. Now, not that you can tell because she's all scrunched up, but this is her, and I'm sorry for the TV reflection. If you are not in the UK, today is the UK's general election, and I've been watching the election results come in to see, like, because it's important, because it's an important election. So I've been watching that, and that's where the TV is on. But yeah, so Opal, worst moody, terrible moody, worst moody spider ever. Really hates me. But I think that Opal actually might be a male. But I'm not going to change her name or start referring to her as a him. Just because I'm used to it being Opal, and I don't think Opal cares. But this is the molt. Really, really, really good malt. Here's the Carapace. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And when she molted, like, her colours were so bright. They've faded again now, because like they tend to. But yeah, she was so pretty. But this is her molt, which I'm gonna like that to show you. Isn't it lovely? And it's really intact, and I had a good look, and I got the macro lens out. And if you were on my Instagram, I posted some pictures, but yeah, I could not seem to find the flap that they're supposed to have, and like because I sort of caught Opal at the end of her molt, I was able to get the molt when she was done. So it was really fresh. I had a good look at it. I did a lot of photos with the macro lens. I'm pretty sure now that Opal's a male, but you know, you can never be quite sure. You can never quite tell, but it is a gorgeous molt. Unfortunately, because I'd left it out on here, my mum did think that one of the spiders had escaped. And I had to explain to her that no, it's not an escaped spider, it's just a molt, because I also, well, I had the carapace on top of it as well, so it did quite look like like a spider at first glance. Now I tell you who else is in pre-molt right now is this my Nahandu Trippapay Debbie Harry. Her butt is massive, and you're not going to be able to see because of the reflection. But it's bald. It is so bald. There's only a little bit of hair on her backside. And this is partly because when I first got her, and she was in a mystery box. She was in a Portsmouth Tarantulas. No, she wasn't. No, she was in the Spider Shop mystery box that I got from the Northern Invert Show last March. And she had like a piece of malt stuck to her butt from like a previous malt. And then when she malted out, that left behind a sort of, for lack of a better word, a scar. And she has malted since then again. But this sort of scar area has remained where there's no hair growing on it. So she looks really, really bald, but I do think that part of this is this scar issue. I'm hoping with the next molt she might look normal, but we're going to have to wait and see. She totally has rearranged her enclosure as well, because at one point this was like, there was all this substrate here, and this was sort of like, it was hanging over, so she had a hide sort of under there. She's kicked all the substrate away, and she's flipped her cork back over, and every time I sort of put it back in the position where it was, she flips it again. So I'm just leaving it like that's how she wants it, so that's how she can have it, and yeah, that's up to her. It's her room, she can do it how she likes. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was that I weighed my snakes today. I got a set of digital scales from Wilkinson's. They were £9, very cheap. And I let my friend use them to weigh her snake, and then I weighed mine when I got home. So Snickerdoodle is 17 grams, and Marshmallow is 31 grams. What a chunky butt. What a chunky butted snake that is. So I'm going to maybe do it like once weigh them, just to sort of track their weight, because they're still eating, so I don't think it needs to be something that I measure constantly. But it has been a bit darker, so I don't know if they're going to brumate. Excuse me, pardon me, like just naturally, just because of the lack of light and the drop in temperature, and I do live in the north. But they're appropriate temperature because I've got like a temperature gun thing to measure it all that jazz. So yes, and I don't know if I'm going to start the next Anision book until maybe after Christmas, maybe, I don't know. I haven't decided when I'm going to start it, but I don't want to sort of put pressure on myself. I just want to do it and have some fun with it. So yes, I want to thank you very much for joining me on this live stream. Please, I'll start again. Please, if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And if you hit the notification bell, then that will tell you when I'm actually live streaming, because I tend to live stream because I am lazy. That's pretty much the answer to that. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.